Hey everyone, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch, and I'm going to break down the definition of toughness, softness, heartlessness, all the different things that go into the world of sports that go beyond stats. And this Milwaukee 120-100 win over the Phoenix Suns, this game went beyond the stats. There was a couple of elements that I want to break it down. Of course, Giannis was terrific. He was his usual self, 41, 13, and 6. And what he's done since the Sun singled to cover him, he just pounding, pounding him inside, driving to the basket. He's got the spin move, the Euro step, and he put up 41 points. The thing that's different about Giannis is not a center like Shaq where he dominates, but he can dominate the paint he's got the small forward moves. He's got the Shaq ability to influence the game in a power forward manner. Can't really shoot free throws good. He's not making any shots from the outside, maybe one or two, maybe a turnaround jump shot or two. So it's not graceful, it's powerful, but his Euro steps are graceful. So there's so many different elements all over the place with him. But if you single him and you're not his athletic size and athletic movement, and you don't have the lateral speed, he's going to kill you. He's going to score inside. He's going to Euro step you. He's going to slam dunk you into oblivion. And that's what he did to the Suns. That's what he did to the Phoenix Suns. And what he did that in game 2, but what he had this time, he had help. And Drew Holiday, I'm going to tell you something. He played good the last time. I understand he didn't shoot as good. He's played good this series because he's done other things. And I hope that gets noticed. The steals, the defense, just the physicality at the guard position. Now, his offense came along yesterday with 21 points, 5 of 10 from 3. He was hitting some threes, especially the second half. He hit some threes. So really, when Phoenix made a run to cut it to 4, that's when Holiday took over. Hit about 3 threes. Milton was solid 18. Lopez going to give you 11 and plus 6. He's going to do that. But PJ Tucker showed up to me. I understand 7 points, 3 rebounds, but it was a lot of other little things he did where it looked like he was PJ Tucker. He didn't look lost. It like he kind of found himself, which is dangerous if you're a Suns fan. But when you're on the road, you don't get the bench as much. But when you're at home, the bench kind of starts to play better. Because look at Phoenix and look at Milwaukee. Look at Portis, 11 points. Connaughton has been nailing threes. But the bench plays better at home. Because I told you Bridges wasn't going to light it up like he did in Phoenix. He only had 4 points on the road. Cam Johnson had 14. He was okay. Payne did not play well. He was going to the basket, getting a shot block. He didn't have the effectiveness he's had all playoffs. And now you got to play Frank Kaminsky because of the injury to Saric, which hurts because now you have no size other than Ayton, who got in foul trouble. And Ayton was playing good. He had 18 points. Crowder gave you 18. That's the unfortunate part of getting beat by Phoenix. And Paul was solid. Paul shouldn't have to try to get 40 a night. He's a point guard that distributes. What hurt him was the 4 turnovers. That's what he has to kind of clean up, and he knows that. My main criticism is coming from Booker, who had 10 points, 1 of 7 from 3. Should not be 1 of 7 from 3. He should shoot around 2 or 3 3-pointers, everything. He's a mid-range shooter. He didn't play to his strength at all. And they got a little physical with him. And he backed away a little. He played soft. Yesterday. I mean, are you talking about the Mamba mentality? When Kobe went on the road in game 4, 2 games to 1 that first year, I believe he was 19 at the time. And he put on a show when Shaq fouled out and they won the game. So I want to see what Booker, your Mamba, show me something in game 4 with Tucker and Middleton and Holiday all over you, pressuring you with the shot clock coming down. Can you still get your points? I want to know who Booker is. Game 4 is going to tell me a lot about Booker. See what you got, Devin. I'm calling you out. I'm a big fan of yours. What do you got? That's important. But from a Milwaukee standpoint, they took care of business. And the name of the game is offensive rebounds. And it was 13-6 in favor of Milwaukee. Milwaukee's pounded them on the boards, 47-36 overall. The pace was Milwaukee's able to use their size. The game came down to kind of a muddy, mucky up type of Milwaukee home game where they're feeding off that amazing crowd. Phoenix has a great loud. They're louder than Milwaukee. Milwaukee's crowd is loud, not as loud as Phoenix, but it's loud and intense, and it inspires the Bucks. And that's what I loved about what the Bucks did. But it was rebounding. In Phoenix, this is the thing. They're not as big without Sarge. Ayton can't get in foul trouble. They're talking about building a wall. They're going to have to do that. And they're going to have to really rebound. Even if you're undersized, you get caught on a switch, and Brook Lopez is coming for offensive rebound, you box him out. If you got to commit a foul to box him out, do it. If Tucker's coming in there, throwing his weight around, that ball goes up in the air, Giannis takes a crazy three-point shot, and you can get possession, and you don't get the rebound, Tucker will get it, kick it out of Condon for a 3, and now you're screwed. And that's been Phoenix's problem. That's the problem. It's the little things. It's the little things that get you beat. It's the little things that help you win. It goes beyond stats and numbers. Offensive rebounds, intensity, loose balls, points off of turnovers, second chance points. I think it was 22-0. You can't have that. If you're Phoenix, you're on the road, you got to be tough. And you want it close because it still favors Phoenix. Game is, if it's 2 minutes left, it's a tie game. That favors Chris Paul and Phoenix because now Giannis, there's pressure on Giannis. There's no pressure on him. He shot, 70% from the free throw line? The fans are cheering, so they're not doing the little countdown. But now, let the game be close. 84-84, 94-94. And now they're fouling Giannis instead of giving the dunk. Now you got a chance to go 2-2 and you're at the line. Now what are you going to do? That's what Phoenix has to get to that point because Milwaukee is built to get the lead, beat you by 10 to 15 points, punish you on the boards and blocking shots, hit a couple threes, and move on and win the game. That's what the Bucks are built. The Phoenix is built off of Booker getting off, Paul doing what he has to do with his points or assist, and the other guys like a Crowder or Bridges giving you something, and Ayton giving you strong points in the middle off the pick and roll, screen and roll, off that little when he gets caught like with Condon on him where he throws up the hook shot. That's what Phoenix is built for doing. If they don't do that, they're in trouble. And without the size, and Craig is kind of laboring, you can't afford – they have to build a wall. So – Milwaukee knows that because Chris Paul said it in the press conference. Now, let's see what kind of coach. I called out Booker. I'm going to call out Budenholzer. Now, what kind of coaching job are you going to do? You know that wall's coming. So Giannis is probably not just going to drive and dunk all night long. He drives. He's kicking it out. What's the play now? Now the Middletons and Holidays are going to be open. And maybe even Brook Lopez's. I know they have to have Phoenix in the back of their mind says we can't leave Condon open ever because he's that three-point sniper. But Holiday will take another chance for him going 5 or 10 and Middleton. And we're going to have to dare some of these guys. You got to hope Forbes keeps missing and T because God forbid they start making shots. Phoenix is in trouble. That's a loss. But if they're not and you build a wall, Giannis gets nervous and their team starts to get nervous a little bit if they're not making shots. They're making shots and you build that wall and Bucks are still making shots and they're still winning, now you're in trouble. But if that's smart, Phoenix has got to just take that chance, give Ayton a break by playing a soft zone, playing the wall, but understanding who your three-point shooters are too. And not only that, when that ball goes in the air, box out. Even if you're a guard and Brooke Lopez and Tucker are way bigger and stronger, that ball going in the air, you better box out or you are going to get beat and the series will be 2-2. But if you box out and get it close and Chris Paul can take you home, it'll be 3-1. So look for that when you're watching the game. Look for how they're reacting to the Bucks, and also look to see if Phoenix is able to secure rebounds and loose balls that the Bucks are getting. Okay, is it over for Connor McGregor? The main event with Dustin Poirier only lasted one round because he makes a misstep and then he gets a bad ankle break and then he gets beat up. And it looked like Poirier was going to win anyway. This is the thing about McGregor. And Dana White's trying to cash him out one more time, saying, listen, he'll get the ankle right, we'll run this back, and we'll have another great main event. But the problem is, Poirier could just say, listen, I'll fight Charles Oliveira and be champ and be the best lightweight in MMA. I don't need to fight McGregor no more, or they cash him out. This is the problem with McGregor. He's never, after he beat Jose Aldo and all the hype came his way, he has always been the type that has always had an overconfident spirit that's inside him that'll fire up the opponent, they'll fire up Khabib, they'll fire up Diaz, they'll fire up Dustin, and end up getting beat every time, saying stuff that's just over the line because he wants to be the bad boy, and that's how I market. Made all his money doing the whiskey commercials and all that stuff. He's made his money. Can't take that from him. But he's never been that guy, John Jones, or all the great MMAs that are just focused and they're always ready for when the big match comes, they're ready to get it on and do what they have to do to be great. He's a great marketer. And he has some talent, but he's not going to be that type of guy. Now, this is the problem Dana White's going to deal with. There's an elephant. I don't have facts on this, but I just believe in my heart there's an elephant in the room, and his name is Vince McMahon. And I think Dana White is trying to get as many Conor McGregor fights until he just keeps getting beat, and now he can't really market him no more before Vince McMahon comes in. Because if Vince McMahon can come in right now, Conor McGregor's got to take a look at his career and be like, I am not what I was before the Aldo fight. Whether it's just the hard living, liquor, or whatever, the training, I'm not what I was. But if I go to WWE, I could be the champ. Because soon as he may even give McGregor a blank check. Like, what do you need? As soon as he gets in there, and whoever the champ is, or you have a Roman Reigns versus Conor McGregor, you hype it up. Maybe he hits Conor McGregor's ankle and he comes out in a wheelchair or something. Then he comes back out, or how Vince McMahon does. And you have a Conor McGregor, Roman Reigns, WWE heavyweight title shot. It'll be, whether you like Conor McGregor or not, it'd probably be the most watched WrestleMania since the Hulk Hogan era. Because you could hype him up and he's got that perfect personality. You could play the bagpipes. You could play whatever music he likes coming in the ring. And you could really hype that up. And look what, like, Ronda Rousey got beat up. So she was no longer the intimidator because none of the women were scared of her after Amanda Nunes slaughtered her. So that she wasn't marketable no more. So Vince McMahon came in there and it was brilliant. Rowdy Ronda Rousey, that was smart. And I just think that eventually they're going to take him. He may get the rematch. He's going to get beat. And then it's really time to go WWE. But Dana White's looking at the future. I got to get these new blood in, but I got to see if I can get one more payday out of Conor McGregor before Vince McMahon comes in here and steals them. All right. Now, before I go, I want to talk about Major League Baseball. I haven't had a chance to talk about that, but I want to break everything down. It's the after the All Star break, I might do a little more Major League Baseball. And like I told you, I'm not the All Star game. It doesn't exist this year to me. I'm not going to say a word about it after what they did to the people of Atlanta and the businesses of Atlanta. That's common sense talk. All right. Now, I look at the American League, White Sox, Red Sox, the cheaters from Houston, Tampa, and Oakland. Those are your teams that I look like they're going to be really good. The team I'm really disappointed in is the Yankees. They just they're just so soft and heartless, and they got too much talent. They have too much talent to be the Chicago Cubs, pretty much. My Chicago Cubs, they stink. They don't have enough toughness and heart and grit. But that's kind of, other than the championship and a couple of playoff years, that's been their culture forever. But not the Yankees, man. I was just watching the old Yankee videos, Ruth and Maris and Mantle and Reggie Jackson. I just love watching those old videos of how great this franchise is. These guys are putting shame to this franchise. George Steinbrenner alive, he was firing everybody. After watching a cheating bum like Altuve hit a home run and celebrate and tear his shirt off and all that stuff, showing that, hey, we're not cheaters. See that? We tore his shirt off. And there's no microphone. Stop. You're a bunch of cheating bums. You're never getting rid of that stain. Respect the talent of the Astros because they're 55 and 36. And I love Dusty Baker. Forget that. He's absolved from that. This was before he got there. But I don't have any respect for the dudes that were there that cheat, especially that bum. Shame. The Yankees lose to all their rivals. They always lose to Tampa in a big spot. They lose to the Mets. They lose to they haven't beat Boston all year long. They got a 4-game series of Boston. This group, not the franchise, I love the franchise. This group I have no respect for. Judge and all those guys, they're just soft when it matters. They give up home runs. They give up 7-run leads in ninth inning. It's just, come on, man. And they're better. It's one thing if they're a bunch of scrubs. They're not scrubs. Team got talent. I thought they were going to make a playoff run. I'm so disappointed in the Yankees and how heartless they've been. They've been like that for years. This group getting slaughtered by Boston in the playoffs, getting beat by the Astros a couple of times. The Astros cheated them that one time, but just always losing to Tampa in the ninth inning. It's just always something with this group. They just can't win the games that Jeter and those guys used to win. And I'm just disappointed in the Yankees. And I'm gonna tell you, I wonder if A-Rod didn't make that run in 2009, I could have sworn the Red Sox and Yankees switched positions. Clutch. You think the Red Sox would have allowed a bum like Altuve to walk into Fenway or beat them like that, where he's going to rub it in? You think the Red Sox would allow that? That ain't going to happen on their watch. I don't even care for the Red Sox, but I respect that they win. Now we can talk about the National League. The National League West is the best. Giants, Dodgers. The Dodgers are the best team and probably in the league at 56 and 35. And I wouldn't pitch to Max Muncy. I'm not pitching to him with the game on the line. I've seen enough home runs this year to know. And they got guys, but that championship gave them the elevated confidence they need. The Giants are in first place. They have a great year. They're pitching well. The Milwaukee's solid. San Diego's got a lot of talent. They're the team with the talent for talent can go toe-to-toe with the Dodgers. The team I would be really concerned with if I'm the Dodgers, if the Mets get in with DeGrom and their pitching and how difficult it will be to walk into Citi Field and win a game. When the Dodgers go into Citi Field in August, I'm going to take a real close look because that gives me a little microcosm of how that matchup is going to be if that's going to take place. I just want to see if the Mets get another hitter. I mean, if you need another hitter, my Cubs are stupid. They're poorly run because they got rid of Hugh Darvish with Theo gone. Theo was the man. Shout out to Theo, but Theo's gone. They're poorly run. You could probably get a top one of their top hitters for nothing. As stupid as that organization is,